A new report from Credit Bureau Experian says the average credit score for a young millennial is just 652. This means they're paying more for everything from houses to credit cards. So joining us with more on this is Simply Money's Amy Wagner. We're having that uncomfortable conversation we said that people tend to have.
For a lot of people.
I said those are the three numbers that when you bring that up, everyone's like, credit score and weight are the numbers you're like,
We don't talk about that publicly,
Yeah.
but I think so many people have to understand that depending on your credit score, the difference is tens of thousands of dollars over the course of your lifetime.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really nothing else that impacts how much you're going to pay for things as much as your credit score. So these younger millennials, 22 to 28, that 652 score, older millennials, 29 to 35, it's just a little higher at 665.
Yeah.
And the difference for that means that when you're taking out a mortgage, a car loan, credit cards, they're going to determine what rate you're going to pay, what interest rate you're going to pay based on your credit score. The lower the score, the higher the rate. And if you want to break it down into numbers, I think there's a great example out there that makes a lot of sense. Let's take a look at that. Say you want to borrow $250,000 for a mortgage, a 30-year mortgage.
Okay.
And if you have a higher credit score, so 760 or higher, you're going to get that at about 4.161%. What that means to you, though, is over the course of that loan, you're going to pay $188,000 in interest.
Ooh.
Ouch. That hurts in and of itself.
Yeah.
But if you have a lower credit score, so say that 652 that we were just talking about, the interest rate you're going to pay, 5.2%, $244,000 over those 30 years, $56,000 in difference just by having a fair credit score versus a good or excellent score. So people need to understand how important this is. And there are things you can do to get that score up. One of them is to, first of all, make sure you have credit. I can't tell you how many times because of Simply Money, people come up to me and say, you know what, you'll be so proud of me. I got rid of all my credit cards. And I'm like, no.
That wasn't what I said to do.
No, you need to be responsible with the credit cards, but you need to have them. So have one in your name. Pay it off every month. That's huge. But also, pay your bills on time.
Yeah.
That's 35% of that all-important FICO score is, do you pay your bills on time?
Yeah.
Another thing is, if you have multiple credit cards, some people will say, well, I canceled 3 of them and I just kept 1. No, because another huge part of your credit score is something called your credit utilization ratio. And that means of all the available credit to you, how much of it are you using? So rather than cutting up or canceling those credit cards, just put them in a drawer and don't use them.
Okay.
If you can use 10% of the credit available to you, you're going to be in such better shape. And a lot of credit card companies, if you're a good customer, you can call them. Ask them to extend how much you can have in credit, and then just don't use it. Don't say, okay, I've got $10,000 available to me. I'm going to spend $9,800 this month.
Yeah.
Keep spending at that lower level, but you'll have more credit available to you, and you'll see that credit score go up. It makes a huge difference.
All right.